Hello, Carolina Glady here, a transformation coach and a psychologist. And in this video, I'm going to talk about something that I hope you will find very helpful for your emotional well-being, and also something that will help you remove some complicated, unnecessary compensation strategies from your emotional life and create more simplicity, depth, and elegance in your emotional experiences. In a lot of my clients, and also in myself too, I have observed a pattern that, that just adds a lot of unnecessary emotional pain. And the pattern originates with us not allowing ourselves to feel. And I want to be very clear that we usually have very good reasons for that. Because as young people, we all had painful emotional experiences when our emotion wasn't received well, maybe it wasn't understood or accepted, or just maybe we didn't receive the care that that particular emotional experience called for, or maybe even it wasn't safe for us to feel. So we all have good reasons. There is absolutely no judgment in it. And if we keep going with those strategies of closing to feeling, we ultimately suffer. The pattern usually goes something like, there is a sensation in our system, emotion, that we might be able to name or not really. It's just kind of emotional experience that feels uncomfortable or unsafe or too intense. And then we either dissociate ourselves in order not to feel it. And by dissociate, I mean we kind of zone out. We leave kind of this emotional experience and go into our thoughts or into something external. We can use substances like alcohol or some drugs or food or television or shopping or anything else, just not to feel it, to disconnect from that experience. I won't be going into like all the different strategies, but we kind of disconnect from it. Or we numb ourselves just not to feel it, or we can also really become very tense to push it down, to block it. There are different strategies as well, but the point is that we do whatever we subconsciously know to do in order not to feel. And it might look like, okay, problem solved. I don't need to deal with this uncomfortable feeling. Great. Well, not really. Because, first of all, the circumstance that triggered this emotion or the internal process that was the source of this emotion doesn't go anywhere. So the chances are it will just come up again. And um, the other downside of it is that we are now not connected to ourselves. We are kind of numb or not present fully in our heart, in our body, which means that we cannot also experience joy fully, pleasure, love. We cannot like really deeply, authentically connect with people, animals, sky, trees, ourselves. We feel absent somehow. So the depth and the abundance and beauty of human experience is not fully available to us because our kind of system that is like instrument for experiences and emotions and feelings is somehow switched off to an extent. And what it often, very often leads to is drama as compensation of the lack of feeling. So because it's also not nice not to feel fully alive, our subconscious starts looking for ways to compensate for it. And we often create drama in our experience. It can be very often in interpersonal relationships. The pattern goes like this: closing to feeling in order not to feel the original uncomfortable emotion, feeling, sensation, becoming kind of numb, and then in order to compensate, creating drama so we can feel something. And the drama actually, it's so often more unpleasant than the original feeling. It's like we can call it that our shadow, our disowned parts of ourselves start taking over and steering the interaction with other people, or the drama can be sometimes internal, like sometimes internal thoughts, dreams, feelings start coming out, and then at least we feel something. But it's kind of made up and have the compensatory quality to it. Okay, so the pattern is not feeling, then creating drama in order to compensate. It's quite complicated and creates suffering. And as a remedy, what we can do is to gradually enhance our capacity to feel, to stop being afraid to feel. And I know that it is often easier said than done. We often need support or some guidance, or if we are doing it on ourselves, then time and patience and self-compassion to do it. But taking small steps to allow ourselves to feel without escaping our body is what will make huge difference. So what does it look like? It can take a very simple form. When you are experiencing emotion or a feeling or a physical sensation, become really present with it. Even if it's uncomfortable, instead of escaping, just breathe, allow yourself to feel it, and you will start noticing that you are bigger, that you are a container that can really flow this emotion, sensation, or feeling through you. You will start experiencing that it doesn't kill you, that you don't need to get stuck in it. You can just feel it and release it from your system. Very often we close down, we dissociate because we believe that we cannot handle an uncomfortable sensation. But very often the kind of trying to push it back or push it down, it creates just more discomfort than feeling what it is to be felt there. So the simple practice of being fully present with your feelings, both the enjoyable ones, the pleasurable ones, and those that are quite intense and also uncomfortable. Small steps of being present, even if for like several seconds, 1 minute, it will start enhancing your capacity to feel, so you don't need to go into that vicious cycle of dissociating and then creating drama, because you can just feel what is the primary, real, authentic feeling, flowing it through you, knowing that you are a vessel that has the capacity to feel, to release, and to come back to an equilibrium, to a state of balance and stability. And the last thing I want to mention is that it's very helpful also to have some tools, techniques to comfort your body, to comfort your nervous system. So I will very briefly suggest two that are like super easy and don't require lots of time. One would be, you can connect your hands like this, place them on your upper chest, and start gently tapping left and right, left and right. It's very comforting for your nervous system if you do it for about a minute. So this can be something that can help you be with an unpleasant sensation. And another one would be like really grounding, really feeling your feet on the floor, feeling also your hips is super helpful to some people, and feeling your spine, like knowing that you have support in your own body and feeling like rooted on the earth, feeling that the gravity is holding you. Taking a few breaths when you feel really stable and grounded. It can also help you regulate your internal experience. I hope it helps. If you have any questions, if you need some more clarification or suggestions of how to expand your capacity to feel the aliveness, the experience of being your unique self that is not afraid of any feeling, that can flow it all through your system and be super open to receive, to feel the bliss and joy and pleasure of being and authentic connection, let me know. I will be happy to answer any questions, and have a beautiful day with lots of gorgeous feelings. Bye for now.